Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Slow Stitching with Rita. So today I didn't get a lot of time to work on the house project or the rooster tablecloth, but I did want to show you what I finished on this. This is the pouch that I was making, and I just put a handmade button on there and some sari silk around there. And this was some fabric I cut out, and I just stitched it on. I wasn't real happy about my stitching, but for some reason I don't know if it was the fabric or the crochet part on this, the embroidery was so hard to get the needle through. So it kind of was just, I don't know, it just didn't look like I wanted it to. But I can't spend hours and hours on these because they're gifts. And so this is the inside. I hope you guys can see this. So I have this little cat here, and I put colonial knots in here, which I finally learned how to make. I hope I can remember how to make. I do think I needed to put something in there, but I don't have to. And then I did this little flower in the blue, just to bring some of this blue down here. And these are some buttons that a friend gave me, Pat. They are so pretty. Pink buttons, and then I put a little bit of something blue up here. So that's it, and I hope she likes it. So I wanted to share that with you, at least. I wanted to give enough tie room because if she wants to fill this up, it might, need more space. Alrighty, so now I'm working on this, and I kind of went through my drawers, my crafting stuff, which I really didn't keep a lot of rickracs and things that I had when I was actually sewing. So I don't have a big variety, but I have some that people have given to me. Like this one's 25 cents. This is just seam binding though. And then I found this tiny white rickrack, which I really like for this, but I think I'm gonna go try and find this in black, maybe the other colors, because it seems like it, fits the whole images a lot better, the design. Because the red, like this one for instance, it just takes up, I don't know, that might be okay, but that's just a thought. And then I have this one, was also given to me. It is a double fold, and it's really tiny. So I thought, I don't know if you guys remember, or I think they still make a bias tape that has like a little ridge on it. So when you put it on something, you have that little edge, like a piping. This is not it, but I also thought maybe that would be something that could work to sit in behind these. I just feel like if I can stitch all along here, but I just feel like it's not going to cover good, and it's going to maybe unravel. And I don't know. So this stuff here, I hope I have a pair of scissors over here. I thought I had every single thing I needed. Oh my gosh. Let me see if I have one in my book. I doubt it. Oh, I do. Just a little pair of scissors is all I need. I just want to clip that off so I can see what it, now, one more clip. Okay, so this bias tape here is double folded, and it's very tiny. So I don't know if I could slip it like behind. I sewed this down already. I went around all the bottoms and did some basting stitches. I was going to stitch all the way around them. I will do that because they're going to be falling all over. But I wanted to see first if this would work. So that might work like that. And then that would hide all the any raw edges that I have. Let me take this stitch out. It's a nice thing about the basting. You don't have to worry about that. Just cut it. So if I was to do that, that's a for instance. And then across the bottom, I'm going to find something. I'm hoping I could find maybe some fabric that I can just cut out and stitch it on, that it would look like, you know, trees or something like that. I don't even know if I have anything. Well, like this does not work because it's not the right color, but, or, yeah, I don't think I want to do lace. So, I'm trying to think if I have anything else that would, and I thought about cutting out some of these motifs, like this, and put these between, you know, the houses or something. In fact, I have one over here. So like if I wanted to, I could put that on there and I could go along and decorate with that, like so. So if I cut out motifs that look like flowers or whatever, I don't know. Who knows, right? That's why we, I'm just going to stick, well, let me stick it back over here just so I don't lose it. I mean, we don't know what it's going to turn out like until we get going on anything. And everybody's, of course, would be totally different. Okay, so I kind of like that look. So, I wonder if I should, I'll probably leave a little overhang here. And should I do them all with black trim? I'm going to cut this just a little bit longer, make sure. I'm going to go up. So we have to do one side or the other, I don't think. Okay, so that would cover that edge like it was supposed to be there. Now on the roofs, I don't know what I'm going to do about those. I don't know what I'm going to do about those. Well, I probably could put a little, what do you call it, fray check or something that would stop this from unraveling. Even just a touch of glue stick would stop it from, you know, unraveling, especially while I'm stitching everything. Okay. So I think that is the plan. Do that. I mean, if I went and got some of this black rickrack, so I could just turn it, I could put it on like that and then turn it this way to go back the other direction. Kind of looks like a gingerbread house, doesn't it? Okay, so let me see. I don't know. I think this is going to be hard to stitch. Really. Let me get it to stay in there. Well, maybe I don't need to baste these down. Maybe I'm going to have to work on them individually. Let's just see. This is not something I had thought of. Okay, I want to make sure I leave enough at the top and the bottom to really so that I can cut it if I need to. Gosh, I think these pens could be any sharper. They're not sharp at all to get through this fabric. Let's see if I can find something else a little sharper. Yeah. All right. So I kind of really wanted to put stitches down, different kinds of stitches, but I don't know. All right, I think I'm just going to baste this down with some I'd like to use this, but this thread is so hard to work with. I don't know why it just tangles up. It's 80 count. It's called a Lisbeth something. I can't ever get it untangled, so I just cut them where I can to get a length of thread. Let's see if I have another needle here. Oh, come on. To get stronger glasses, I think. It just doesn't want to go through that needle. This one's got a little bigger eye. Okay. What a pain, huh? I was thinking about, I should just thread, 10 needles at a time. All right, I'm just going to see if I can't. I have a feeling it's going to go wonky this way. I can't even get the needle through this bias tape. All right, that's not going to... The bias tape is probably a very high count cotton, and it makes it harder to sew the higher the count. Thought maybe I could just snag the edge. I can't blame the thread yet because I barely pulled any through. I hope I'm in camera. See, it nods terribly. feel like I need wax on my needle or something. Let's see if I can get it to slide through. I was just thinking if I could put this on the edges, then I can come back with the decorative stitch. While it's laid down on the tablecloth. Almost to the bottom, you guys. Almost. It's just very, very difficult to pull it, stick it on. I don't know, did I ask you guys how everybody's doing? It's not like anybody answers me, but I just hope that everybody's doing well. I know Tropical Storm Debbie now is going through South Carolina and it's supposed to go back through Georgia. I don't know if it did today or not. We're not affected by it. We're in North Georgia, which is, it's about 5 hours from the coast. But Mary, one of my subscribers, she lives out there by, what's the name of her town? Augusta. And I guess they're getting quite a bit of rain there. Okay. So if I put that there, and then I can stitch down here. Oh, got a bug. I don't know if that's going to work either, because then I've got this section up here that's not going to be. Darn. Okay, let's rethink this. Let me find another area. Let me move this. It's hard to move because it sticks to my table. So if I went like that and then just sewed it to the top. But I can't even get my needle through this. I kind of like the idea of the black running on the sides. So every house would, God, I had a needle in there. So every house would be under that. I guess maybe I should just pause and try to figure this out and then come back and see what to do, or at least baste all of them down. But then you can't move anything if you, like this one's stuck on there. I'd have to take it off. Or in this case, I may be tempted to use glue to glue it down so that I can actually pick it up and sew. Okay, I'm going to put you on pause, and then I'll just maybe just do a touch of glue to get it to set down so that I can lift it up and stitch through it. This is too hard to stitch with just that little tiny piece of fabric. And I can't cut this in half because if I did that, I'm pretty sure that would be a very raggedy looking edge. You know, it would start to unravel. Okay, I'm going to put you on pause. I'm going to see what I can figure out, and then I'll be right back, okay? Okay, I'm back for a minute. I decided that I might just couch this down, but I'm going to go ahead and baste on all of these houses and their roof lines. Anything that is going to go on right now. And the other things like the doors and windows that I'd already put on, I'm going to take those off, and then after everything is stitched down, I can go back and add those in. There's just too many pins in here. I can't even hardly hold on to it. So I'm just going to baste all around the edges. Let me see if I can get this stuff. Oops. So I'm not going to have you sit here and watch me do this, but just to give you an idea. So I'm going to start up here, and maybe I should start at the top of this house, but it doesn't matter if it's a little wonky. I think a little wonky is good. Let me pin that for a second till I get it started. And then I can go sit in my chair and do this like at my leisure. But we'll just get this stuff. And I'm not doing the basting stitch where it's hidden because I'm probably going to take them out as I go. And if I do the little tiny basting stitch, I can't even find them again. Boy, this fabric is and this is this French fabric is not very tight woven, so something's tight. I guess it could be this cotton, but I stitched all the cross stitch through it, but that's more of a stabbing stitch, I guess. I don't know. But that's what I'm going to do, is just go around these. And hopefully get them all stitched down so they, oh my gosh. And I put cotton batting behind this too, so I don't think that's why, because I've done many a quilts with and quilted smaller stitches than this. All right, so we got that, and then I guess I'll jump over since I'd already stitched that bottom. But I can't work with pins like that. And I glued it. I tried to glue it, and I had a glue stick. This is what I don't know for sure what I want to do, because I'm trying to decide if I want that roof inside there or outside. Because it's just going to have to be. I do have a line drawn down here so that I do know where to position these. Okay. Just... Oh my goodness. I tell you. I know we all go through this. I mean, I can't imagine anybody not going through something like this where you have to line everything up and get it just how you want it and then for it to stay there. Some of this is going to be covered up with I can't do any different. I'm going to have to let it just sit there. Maybe that's one of the reasons for having the bias tape going between the houses. And, you know, this is probably harder because it's a bigger piece of fabric to deal with. Right now I can't even get it all in my hand. I could take it to the sewing machine. So much for slow stitch, huh? No, I would not take it to the sewing machine. This is the part I enjoy doing, is just sitting here relaxing and letting my thoughts go wild, trying to think creative thoughts, like what to do next, what can I do, not just in this, because I do my videos for my journals too. Yeah, this is going to be a little complicated. Oops. Just came off my needle. You know, I might put this in a hoop. Then I could stab stitch. And I wouldn't have to worry about holding it down. I don't know where oh, there it is, my quilting hoop. It's pretty big though. All right, just let that fall out there. Okay. So there's a pin that goes out and a pin that comes out. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go and stitch all of this on and then come back and, you know, get these unraveled edges and try to tame those down. And then I'll go from here to add this in. And maybe when I get it all laid down, I don't even need to do that. Then I might be able to stitch, you know, a feather stitch or a, you know, whatever. I don't know what stitches I would use. Maybe like a, probably would, oh, what do you call that? A herringbone, which would look good. Something like that. All right, so I'm going to let you go right there, and I'm going to baste all this, and then I'll come back and show you what I've done. I won't get all of it done, but I'll try and get this row here worked on. And like I said, I'm going to take all the little windows or whatever. I still haven't finished putting windows on everything anyway. and the doors, and then we'll come back and that'll be easier to take a look at. So this one I hadn't stitched that down, but I was going to try to couch the rest of that in there. But I kind of want to couch it going like a cross on some of them. Maybe I'll do it on different designs on different houses. All right, guys. So I'll be back, and I'll see you in a few. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm back, and I'm not sure how long I was on before, because I have been out of sorts for the last few days, so I don't know where everything is. But I was trying to show you that maybe we could do the edges of this with this bias tape, but I went and I found another bias tape this is the thinner one. It's like 1/4 inch. Now, if you wanted to do that, you could, but I found it weird because, for instance, you'd have to go all the way up to there. I don't know, and it's very difficult to sew through. So I even tried to couch it on, thinking that would look better, but it didn't. So what I'm going to do is basically, I've basted everything down. I'm just going to do a running stitch around all the houses and all the roofs. I did with let me think, blanket stitch. Couldn't think of it. So let me do another little house here. So I didn't want to make them too small because, I mean, the stitch is too big, because I want it, to be able to hold this without it fraying on the edge. So I'm just doing kind of small stitches, and this fabric that I bought is very difficult to get through. It's going to wear me out, this whole project. So I thought about, I think I have some of those finger things that help you pull it through. Oh, I feel like I'm sewing wrong. It's funny when you sew a stitch and then you go back to it and it's not the same size. It's just, I guess it's what mood you're in or where you're sitting. I don't usually sit here at this table and work. I usually am working in my chair. So, because when I do this is when I relax. Well, sitting in a chair doesn't relax me like it does sitting in my comfortable chair. Okay, so now I'm going to pop over here. This is a lot of fabric too to deal with. Okay, I was wondering, I thought fabric was sticking out, but that's just some of the, let's see, I think I'll just go this direction. Now, I was going to say this one is a little easier to sew through, but not really. And I probably should be closer to the edges so that I can keep it from unraveling. But I'm hoping I might be able to do some decorative stitching along with this. Even if I wanted to, I could go back and make little X's here, like maybe down one side, just play with what I have, because I don't know. I even put it in a hoop, because what happened too was I tried to do like a cross stitch across here, and I couldn't catch the both sides because it kept separating when I was stitching with it. So at this point I don't care if they are a little separated, you know, because I think they're going to unravel, especially if this goes in the wash, which I'm sure it will because it's going to be on my kitchen table someday, my kitchen island. My mom made, well, I had one on there for years on my kitchen table, and that I had made, and it was all blanket stitched flowers and things and some quilting. And finally it just wore out. I mean, it just started fading out and falling apart. So then my mom made one for me. Well, she made it for herself, but I ended up getting it. And that was like warm colors, like fall colors. So I would put that out in the fall along with my other fall decor. But I need this for the summer, for, you know, springy summer type. And then, which is summer's almost going to be. Oh, you know what? I don't want to do that. All right, I'm just going to go back down in there for a minute. Yeah, I think I'll just go this way. Kind of went that out too far. Try to get a rhythm going here. And that's the other thing too, when you're stitching, you end up getting a rhythm, and then that helps keep everything kind of lined up. And some people stitch really small and some people stitch quite large. But I used to stitch really small because I did a lot of applique, and in applique and hand quilting, you have a small needle and you have thin thread, and you just learn to do small. But after I stopped doing so much of that and got into this, now and I think it's because I feel like I'm stitching with a nail. A friend of mine showed me a piece of work that she was doing the other day, and she had this little tiny skinny applique type needle, and I said, how do you ever get that threaded? She was doing cross stitch, so she had to have 2 strands of I think she was doing 2 strands. Maybe she was doing 1 strand. That would make sense. But I know she's an appliquer too, so get used to those tiny, tiny stitches. All right, so that's around there, and I don't think I have enough thread. I just ordered thread too because I'm going to run out of this. This is DMC 310, and I ordered some from 123 Stitch because I need a couple pieces of weeks, or a few skeins of weeks thread for a cross stitch, so I went ahead and bought it there. Okay, so let's just kind of see about putting a window real quick, and then I think that's going to be long enough for this video. I got these cute little boxes at Dollar Tree, and I don't know if you can see it or not. So I put, whoops, in this one I put my Wonder Clips, and I just put a label on it, and I don't know how big they are. I don't think I have a ruler handy, but they're like 5 inches by maybe 3 or something. And I like it because I can stack them up like this. And for instance, if this was the box for Wonder Clips or safety pins or whatever, I can just go like that and drop it in. I love it. So if anybody looking for storage and these can all sit here under my on my desk, you know, to the back. And this one I have the safety pins. And this one, this is all I've done so far. And this one I have little baby buttons. Because they're so hard to mix in with the big buttons. They're hard to find once you mix them up. Okay, so let me get this box again. I got off track. I took all of these off and I don't know which ones went on what, but I'm not gonna, I think these went on a window. I'm trying to find something that would make a, I should stitch this with a different color. This would be cute. It's tall, so it'd be cute with like 3 windows going. Or, I don't know. Now that I don't know where any of them were. That's all right. We'll manage. That doesn't look like a door. This looks more like a door. And these look like a window, and I think I'm going to cut this in half and make smaller windows. All right. I hope everybody weathered the storms if they're on the East Coast. Savannah got hit pretty good, and all we got was, we didn't get rain at all. We got humidity. That's it. I thought I had a some needles just aren't sharp anymore. This one, I could put one of these little beads. I just got these at the Dollar Tree for a door, maybe. That would be cute. Okay, well, I'm going to go around that first. I have these little white buttons. Cute. Little red ones. Okay. Let me, so what do I want to do? Do I want to stitch? I think I'll stitch with the color around the windows. Okay, and I'm only going to use, I'm going to use 2 strands of floss. I should have done one at a time. I should have known better. When you're doing floss, if you don't know this already, you just pull 1 strand at a time and it won't tangle. Saves you a lot of time, even though you only can do 1 at a time. Can't do 2, you have to do 1. Okay. end. Okay, so let's see what, there's really not a whole lot of stitches you can do. Well, I guess I'll just do the same thing here. I can do this one. Go kind of like a blanket stitch, but not a blanket. That'll give it a little character. Oh my goodness. I may have to find a different needle. I'll be like Corinne and get out Reggie. I don't have a Reggie. Well, if I do, I don't know it. Oh my goodness, why can't you just kind of stay? All right. You know, I just also decided that this is going to be wonky. I guess I'll go this way. Because I should have filled in that corner. Because if I don't make it wonky and I make a mistake, like right there, I think it's just I don't have the right glasses. This is not the right place for me to sit and stitch. Just would have to get another different kind of pair of glasses. To get my needle puller. I'm not used to doing this with corners. Got these huge pins in here and they're stabbing me. I have my applique pins, but didn't pull them out. Okay. Well, those are very wonky. I may change my mind and go back and redo those once I'm at my chair. Anyway, that gives you an idea of what it's going to look like. Now I'm just going to do this because I think this is something that I want to do inside the windows. I'm just going to go straight across on this one, but I'll probably do like a stem stitch or something to keep, you know, so they're close and they don't get caught on everything. So that would be like the window. And see, it's not even straight on there. But like I said, it doesn't really matter. doesn't really matter. I like the wonkiness. And, I was trying to do more perfect, but it's not happening, so I'm not going to try and make it. I don't know if I should do the roofs in a different color or do them black. So much fuzz on these from the batting that I have. It's the worst batting I've ever had. I got it on Amazon, and because I didn't want to buy a whole big, huge amount. Okay, so I think that's it for today, and I'm not sure about next weekend if I'm gonna, or next week, get a chance to do much more on this, so I may not have a Sunday video, but as soon as I make a little progress, then I'll come back. But there's nothing really to share until I decide that I want to, where I want to put doors and windows, but I'd like to figure out how I'm going to do the bottom, with leaves or something. In fact, I was thinking, I had this, where's that piece of fabric? Come on, you were just here. I tell you, there it is. Just like, no, that's not it. I don't know what I do with it. But it was a full flower, and I thought I could almost have these come out like behind the house or out the sides, or is that just too silly to do that? Or they would just come up through this part. Like here's the door. I think I cut one out already. I don't what do I do with that? Like that. My blouse has got this tie on it. I keep thinking it's fabric. So I could do that, but I was thinking the other piece I found was a big floral, a big flower. But I don't know, maybe these would just be fine. Something like that. Down at the bottom. Maybe a trim or something down here that would look like maybe a picket fence or something. I thought I had a black rickrack. I guess not. I was going to get some black rickrack and I didn't. I don't think they had any. So that could, something like that could go down at the bottom. But I don't like that at all. So here's the big flower. So I was thinking if I cut all this out of here, but I only have one of these, so that would be kind of difficult. But I thought, coming out back in here, or even, I don't know. I'm gonna find something. I will find something. Yeah, I wish I could just find, like, I have to go look at my stash, and I just haven't done it, to find something that's has borders or something that has the flowers going, like this, but the flowers going the other direction. And that would be cute for the edge. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go, and thanks for joining me, and I hope this video isn't too long, but it could be. So don't forget to subscribe and comment, and let me know if you are enjoying this. I'd like to know if I'm giving you any kind of inspiration. I know I'm not giving lessons. There's so many people out there who are so much better at stitching, but it's all about the design, I think. So, okay, we'll see you soon. Bye.